Okay, so there was a small issue with the recording. So now let us continue this in the new recording. So yes, we were trying to add this now, and we were trying to clone this image, right? Let me try it again. Okay, I lost the connectivity. Let me refresh. Okay, so got it back. Right click. Just wait. Yeah. So right click, not this guy. Right click. You have to right click the router. Right click. Clone. Clone to virtual machine. So it's asking what is a virtual machine name. We're gonna have that as router 2. Let's give next. So which device we're going to create the clone on? We're going to create it on ESXi2, which is 1.102. Next, select storage. Okay, this guy doesn't have a storage, right? So that's the thing. Let us try to add the storage from here. I'm going to click on this guy, data store. I think, sorry, action, storage, add new data store. Okay, VMFS. Okay, this is something that I felt in the last, no, last time I was trying the lab, that time itself I felt. So what I was not able to do is I was not able to add this new data store from the vCenter. I don't know why it is because now since we have the same name on both the E6i1 and 2, because you guys know the nature of our lab, right? It's the same device, it's just a clone device. So they are kind of two different instances, so they have the same data store. So the name will also be the same. That's why I think this guy was not able to add that name. So what I'll do is instead of doing it from vCenter, let me go and do it from the E6i. I'm just going to log into E6i directly. Do it from the E6i2. E6i2. Let's go to E6i2, which is HTTPS 1.102. So just for this reason alone, guys. So in reality, you should be able to find the data store here. But here in the lab environment, since the data store has got the same name on both the data store, both the ESXi devices, that is the reason I feel that this guy was not able to add. I mean, from the vCenter, we are not able to add the data store of this guy. So instead of adding it in this way, I'm just going to directly add it, and then rest we can do it from the vCenter. Okay, so advanced, proceed. So we log into the vCenter directly. Root vmware one exclamation. So just do the data store alone, and then we can go back to the vSphere, which is the vCenter. Okay, storage. Close this guy. Storage. We have to create a new data store. VMFS only. Okay, so there you see that 100 GB of data. It was not visible in the vCenter. I don't know why. Even when you guys try to do the lab, do it the same way. E6i2 data store 2. Sorry, data store 1, right? ESXi2 data store 1. Okay, next, finish. Okay, so yes, so this is sufficient. So hereafter we don't want the E6i is held. We'll close this guy, and we can go to the vSphere, and then we can rescan. So click on. So yeah, so can you refresh? If you refresh this, you'll be able to see that E6i data store. Okay, now let us come back to that cloning. Right, so right click, clone to virtual machine. The name is going to be router 2. Next. The source, the ESXi2 is where we're going to install. So the computer resource is 1.102. Select the storage, this guy. Good. And yeah, so nothing we need to customize here. Let's go with the default. Ready? Done. Right. So usually cloning virtual machine won't take that much time, guys, because it will be even more faster than uploading the VMDK or installing from the ISO. So already 35 percentage. But it will complete any time now, maybe 36 right now. So it will complete within a couple of minutes. Right. Okay, let me try to clone the other devices also. Right click, clone virtual machine. We're gonna say this is going to be TC 30.2. Okay, so we're gonna do it on the second ESXi server. Next. Okay, next. Okay, so you can see you can click on this. If you click on this, you get one more option. Can you see it? When you uncheck this option number 5 is going out. So when you click on this, can you see this is the option number 5 is customize hardware. What else? I'll give next and I'll go with the yeah. So the network adapter is going to be what here it's going to be. I'm on this again ESXi, so it's going to be HR. Okay, so instead of going and editing after, we can do it here itself. Okay, next. Done. Okay, so the router is almost 45% done. So anytime it will get complete. We'll go and do it for the second guy also. So clone to virtual machine. TC 40.2. Next, customize the hardware. So the network is going to be browse and then choose dev. Okay. So the virtual machine cloning will take a few more minutes, but anyway, we have this these two guys ready, right? So TC, 30.2 and 40.2 is ready. Okay, so the only thing that we have to do on this is also what we have to create. No, we have the adapter of that router, and one is going to connect to the internet. The other one will be for HR. The other one will be for dev. Right, and then you have a PC over it. Right, so do the same thing that what we practiced on this side. The same thing we can practice on this guy also. Right, and also try to do this thing. Yes. So what if 10.2 want to ping to this 30.2? So anyway, this is same as this guy, right? What are the things that we have configured on ESXi1? The same thing you can configure on ESXi2 to for this 30 point to reach internet, right? So do it yourself. I'm not gonna do it again, right? You saw this, you practiced this, and you know how to do it. You can directly deploy the same logic on this ESXi server also. Okay, so yes, I just want to tell you that there is an option for cloning. You can clone instead of creating it everything from the beginning. But yeah, so you know everything, right? You can do network address translation on this particular router, which is the Linux machine. But I want you guys to try yourself and find it out how to make this 10.2 ping this 30.2. How that's possible? What we have to do on the router 1 as well as on router 2, because these are router 1 and router 2, right? So what we have to do for 10.2 to talk to 30.2, right? So what we've done so far in this classes, we had a vCenter. So in this vCenter, we installed the vCenter service on the we installed the vCenter service on this device, and then we were able to access ESXi1 and ESXi2, and then we created few virtual machines on ESXi1. We cloned it to ESXi2. In between also we created a virtual switch 1 and some port groups in virtual switch, and virtual switch 0. We created a port group called internet and virtual switch 0. The same thing we repeated, right? Just a clone of this. We didn't do anything different. Just the namings were different. Okay. So I want you guys to practice this and try to come up with a solution how to ping a 10.2 to 30.2. Right? If you did that, if 10.2 is trying, if 10.1, sorry, 10.2 is reaching 30.2, then you're great, right? Which means you have done something that is something that I have not told in the class. Okay. Yes. Let me pause the recording here and stop the recording here. See you guys in the class. Yeah, so before finishing, I just want to add this one alone. So in router 2, maybe you guys should know that this has to be done. So in router 2, please change that network adapter setting, because I didn't configure for a router. I just configured the network adapter setting for only for the TC missions. Let's go and change this as internet. That's correct. Network adapter 1 is internet. Network adapter 2 is going to be for HR, and network adapter 3 is going to be for dev. Okay. So now you know what is the command to configure the IP address on the Linux machines, what is the command to configure the default route, all those things you guys know. Okay, yes, let's go and finish it here. So they have three networks, dev, HR, and then internet. Okay, good. So yes, you guys can try now.